What is the main message Mr. Bloomberg is going to emphasize tonight?
Well, he gets the opportunity for the first time now, as you mentioned earlier, qualifying for tonight's debate. He gets to spend some quality time with all the candidates, but more seriously, he'll be talking about his view and vision for being president of the United States, why he is the best candidate to take on Donald Trump through the general election and win, and his plans and vision for a restored and strengthened, unified America.
Well, I guess Elizabeth Warren gave you guys a little bit of a heads up in that tweet yesterday where she said, basically, if you want to see how we're going to go after Donald Trump, tune into the debate to see how we'll go after another billionaire who's trying to buy his way into this campaign. What response should we expect from Michael Bloomberg tonight?
Well, you know, Mike Bloomberg actually has a record of service. He has a record as a business person. He has a record as a philanthropist. You know, all of the campaigns are buying ads, and that's what we're doing. Because we have a message that we need to communicate, like those folks have been doing for the last, 6 to 9 months. You get on the stage because you qualify under the rules set by the DNC, nothing more, nothing less. So, Mike plans to talk about his view and vision. Everyone knows that the candidates are going to be coming after him. You can see that coming a mile away. He's not going to be a punching bag. He is a New Yorker, and he's a tough guy. So he'll be certainly polite, cool, calm, collected, but he's not going to be taking a whole lot of stuff from folks. If they come at him, they should anticipate a whole lot more coming back.
All right. I wish it weren't starting so late. It's going to be tough for those of us on the East Coast to stay up and catch the action.
I understand.
You mentioned that he's going to emphasize this message that he's been out there flooding the airwaves with, and he's here to communicate that tonight. But he's flip-flopped on so many issues, including defining issues like stop and frisk of his mayoralty, that, I understand right now he's trying to win in what's a very sort of left progressive primary. But is he at risk of, in trying to do so, alienating the viewers or the voters he would then need in order to beat Donald Trump? He seems like somebody who's sort of a pragmatic, centrist manager type until some of his policies now start to sound like they're coming from the Sanders-Warren wing of the party.
Now, Kelly, it is always appropriate to apologize for the negative impact of any policy that any of us may have overseen or supported at any point in time. The issue is not about the policy. The issue is about the negative impact that particular police strategy had. And it is always appropriate when you realize that you've made a mistake to apologize. There's nothing wrong with that, even in politics. I think that's a sign of character and strength. That if upon reflection you realize that things weren't as perfect as you may have thought, or they weren't as great as you may have thought, and it takes a really strong person, I think a leader, to say, hey, I made a mistake, and for that I'm very sorry. That's what Mike has said.
One final question, which goes to the amount that he has spent so far, which I think is something over $500 million at this point, the most that's ever been spent on a presidential campaign, and this is still just the primary. How much is he prepared to spend? Is there a ceiling? Does he have a sense of how much it would cost to spend in order to beat Donald Trump?
Mike is focused on defeating Donald Trump and making him a one-term president. He is prepared to do what needs to be done during the course of his candidacy. And you know well that he's also said if for some reason he is not the Democratic nominee, then he will not only fully support our Democratic nominee, but also continue to fund a significant part of our operation. And so he is prepared to spend whatever it takes to defeat Donald Trump in November of 2020.
All right. Michael Nutter, thank you, sir.